So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United vs Brighton preview. The season's now pretty much over and it is our final away game of the season. Brighton of Albion literally need 1 point versus Newcastle United to guarantee survival, but with Newcastle United's performance recently, Brighton could really do that. But let's hope Newcastle United can go into the game and try and win and just try and make the fans happy. Make sure to leave a like, lads, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This video will be the preview and the predicted team put together. I just thought on Saturday I'll take a little bit of a break rather than doing 2 videos. I'll just put the 2 videos together. So let's start off now at looking at Brighton. So Brighton have had a mixed season. We expect them to be lower down the table, but they literally need 1 point and they've guaranteed survival. And then that means it's just West Ham, Watford, Bournemouth or Villa in the relegation battle. So let's look at Brighton now. Let's look at their last 6 games. They got a 0-0 draw with Leicester, a 3-0 defeat to an informed Manchester United, a big 1-0 win versus relegated Norwich, a 3-1 defeat to champions Liverpool, a thrashing against Manchester United 5-0, and then a big point versus Southampton. So in their last 6 they have only won 1 game, which was to a terrible Norwich team down in the bottom of the table. But Brighton have got some quality players and we need to watch out for them. Not in their last 6, not showing there, but they beat Arsenal 2-1. And that was a mad game where the main talking point was about Neil Maupay. He's got goals in him. Neil Maupay, he's got support around him as well. He's got Trossard, he's got Gross if he plays. There is a couple of decent players for Brighton. And I would expect them to be down the bottom, but they've got some good players. Aaron Conley, young striker, doing well for Brighton. They've got some good players. Last time out we did play Brighton, it was a 0-0 draw at St James's Park. It was a disappointing game. Nothing much happened. The main talking point in that game was Andy Carroll was playing for the first time in 9 years. It was a poor game versus Brighton, but Brighton need that 1 point and they survive. Literally 1 point and they've guaranteed survival. So it's a massive chance for Brighton. And with the form Newcastle United in at the minute, I can see them getting it because they've actually still got something to fight for, because they can mathematically still go down if they lose this game. So it's massive for Brighton. I watched Brighton versus Manchester City. I know it's a bit of a disappointment because obviously we got beaten by Man City 5-0 and then they did. So we've got a bit of connection. We got beat 5-0 to City back-to-back games. So Brighton didn't look at all into it, and against Southampton they got a good goal with Maupay. He's got goals in him, so with Newcastle United we've got to watch out for him. But for once I've got more to say about Newcastle than the visitors, even though we've got nothing to play for. Like I don't know where the highest position we can finish, considering we've got the champions Liverpool on the final game of the season. Oh, it's just not going to be good for Newcastle United. But now let's look at them. So Newcastle United have just been hit by so many injuries, and thank God these injuries have came now rather than when the restart happened and stuff like that. Thank God they've happened when we've got Brighton away and Liverpool at home, final 2 games. With the centre-back situation, Fabian Schär is out. Kieran Clark's obviously out, Dummett's obviously out, Lejeune's not fit enough, Lascelles out for the rest of the season. There's literally just Federico Fernandez. The position we've got the most players in is centre-back, and we only need 2. And we've only got 1 fit. So Newcastle United have got a chance to play Kel Watson centre-back. He's a young lad, he's been out to Macclesfield I think it was, and Stevenage. He's been out a load of them. He's at Newcastle United and they've allowed him to play the game considering the injuries Newcastle have got in the centre-back role. Does he play Kraft centre-back or does he play Watts? You'll see my predicted team in a second, but we'll talk more about the injuries. Jamal Lascelles obviously out, a big loss for Newcastle United. Alain Saint-Maximin will not be fit for the game, which is such a down. So it's just so bad to see him not play because he's the only attacking threat. What happens with the likes of Lazaro? Right, he's got 2 games left at Newcastle. Why is Bruce not playing him? He needs to start games, and he probably will start with Maximin not playing. Danny Rose as well. Do we snap Danny Rose up on the deal, or do we sign Jetro Willems? The club want to sign Danny Rose, but I want to say Jetro Willems sign. And with Ben Telebi, he'll probably not sign for the club as well. He's got 2 games left, and this is for the loan players. It's their final shot to show Steve Bruce and the club why they should sign for Newcastle United at the end of the season. But let's look at my predicted team now. So obviously changes with the injuries. Ingo Martin to Bravka. Javier Manquillo comes in at right back, and left back Danny Rose, who couldn't play against Spurs because obviously he's on loan from Spurs. The two centre backs, Fernandez, who's played every second since the restart. One of the only Premier League players to do that, so fair play to Fede. Like, I think he might be the only outfield player to play all 90 minutes in every single game since the restart. So fair play to Fede. Absolutely class he's been, and thank God we got him for another year next season. Next to him, Kel Watts. He's a young lad. He's not like your traditional massive Jamal Lascelles centre-half. He bullies you off the ball. I reckon he'll be a bit more like a Fabian Schär centre-half, where he's clean with his tackling. He won't give away any dirty fouls. You know what I mean? Like, so clean on the ball when he wins them and stuff like that. I think that could be Kel Watts. And with this stage in the season, we don't need to play Kraft, right? We're now Kraft, right? He's a right back. He's not a centre-back. Play an actual centre-back, right? And this could be the turning point of his career. This could be, he's a local lad, this could be the point where he actually gets some game time for his boyhood club, and it could be massive for the football club if we can have a young player like him come into the team, because Newcastle United love a local lad. Sean Longstaff when he came in, Matty Longstaff on his debut, and if Kel Watts played, it would be massive for him, his family, and the football club itself. So I feel like we should play Kel Watts in centre back, and if he does start, I'll be massively proud of him, because he's a young lad. He's only a couple of years older than me, and he could be playing in a Premier League match. Centre mids, we haven't got many. We've got Shelvey, who will start, who will be the captain probably. Bentaleb and Matty Longstaff. I feel like Matty Longstaff's going to be leaving now. On his Instagram, he's taken his bio out where I had football player for Newcastle United. There's no bio there anymore. He hasn't got a picture on his Twitter account anymore. So Matty Longstaff will probably be leaving Newcastle United, which is such a shame, because the club should be doing everything to keep this local lad at the club. But fair play to him if he moves on and has a better career. Fair play to the lad, but it'll probably be Bentaleb and Shelvey, because I don't think anyone else is fit. Sean Longstaff isn't available. Hayden, unfortunately, is out still, which is a massive blow. But if we go into the attack now, Almiron starts on the cam. He's been speaking about his move to Newcastle, about the atmosphere and just all growing, what would you call it, like, all coming experience in Newcastle, like growing up in the city now. And he's saying that he's enjoyed it and stuff, and he knew that the Premier League would be a tough league and stuff like that, and he's got to be working hard. And I completely agree with what Almiron said. If you go on Instagram, on Almiron Fans, I think he put something on, so if you want to go and have a look at that, make sure I do. So Lazar will start for me. We've got to be starting these loan players, make sure he has a good game. He's on loan. I can't say we're getting anything against Liverpool, but you never know from what happened against Arsenal. I know they beat Man City yesterday. Let's just see what we can do. Let's just see if the loan players can really stand out, and that's what we need. We need every loan player playing on Monday night. Richie plays on the left wing. He scored against Spurs. Didn't really want him to play, but he scored. Joe Linton up top. I feel like he needs games, and we need him to get a goal. He hasn't scored since Sheffield United, and it was so good for him to score, and I thought that would be the time where he can really start going. But he supported Newcastle United today on the video on Twitter, and he was basically talking about his time at Newcastle and saying that he knew it was going to be tough, and he's versus the best players in the world. But he just needs to keep fighting and stuff like that. And I don't like the comments, because normally on Twitter you'll have these negative comments. People are actually being positive about it. People don't understand, because obviously, yes, we understand that he's not good, right? He's not good whatsoever, right, this season. But he's been grown up in Brazil. He's had a really hard childhood where he's been homeless. He's obviously not been great for him in that aspect. He's been homeless as a child. He's had family issues, and then he moves to Brazil and he starts playing football, and he's been used to the culture in Brazil. Then he gets to move to Hoffenheim in Germany. It took him for a little bit of time to get grown in, but in his last season there, before we slapped him up, he scored about 7 to 9 goals in 28 matches, and it's not bad considering you've got a world-class striker in Kramaric next year. And then he'd moved to Newcastle, like, from Brazil to Germany to England at the age of 23. With the childhood he's had, it's really hard for Joe Linton to really just adapt to Premier League football like that. I know some players do. Some players adapt to it like it's not, but just give that our time. And if he gets a goal Monday night, that'll be the I'll be the proudest man on the earth. So that's my potato team, lads. That's the end of the preview. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The match tomorrow, 6 o'clock, I'll be doing the normal videos. And yeah, lads, I'll see you in the next one. The game tomorrow. How are the lads?